Welcome everybody, this is Nat from Trading Forex and welcome to another video. Now I know I usually make the fun vlogs for you guys to watch, but today's video is going to be one of the most informative videos that we've made so far. And that's because I woke up this morning and I've woke up again feeling this feeling for the last few weeks and past few months. I've been seeing social media portraying Forex in the complete wrong way. And I had to make this video so I can help you guys as much as I can, because this information which I'm about to share with you has up until now only been for Trading Forex students. I usually, before anyone comes in, while the students sit right there on that table, I say to them, I want to see in your head how you see the Forex market and how you believe you're going to take money out of the market. And the answer is very, very surprising, and usually the answer is very wrong. And especially on social media these days, I'm seeing people uploading statuses like, I've just opened my account with $50, hopefully I can get to 10,000. And I'm seeing people uploading $200 accounts. And people, that's completely not wrong, but it's against the basic principles and understanding of Forex which they have wrong. So I'm about to share this information which has just been for Trading Forex students for you guys to enjoy and take away and hopefully help with your trading. So let's get a pen out. Now what if I told you guys, I'm going to give you guys a scenario. What if I told you guys you've got a £10,000 account? It could be dollars, it could be whatever you guys would like. And I told you there was two different ways to trade this money. Row number one. Let's say you had 10,000, and let's say you traded it till you got to 11,000. So you've made a £1,000 increase, aka 10%. Then after that, you might try and aim for 12. And after that, you might try and aim for 15. So you've grown that 10,000 all the way to 15, growing it very nicely. Row number two, however, you've got 10,000, and this time you've got to 11,000, but you haven't continued to grow it. You stopped and you made a withdrawal. So your withdrawal can, let's say for this example, be 1,000. So you've gone from 10 to 11 back down to 10, and this example you've gone from 10 all the way to 15. Now if I had to ask you guys, be honest with yourselves, which road seems more attractive to you? Now, from experience, I know which road many of you guys are thinking, which is this road. And unfortunately, I'm here to tell you that this is indeed the road that you need to be thinking. Now don't be worried if you got the wrong road, because again, 98% of people that enter this office have all chosen indeed this road. I'm going to break it down to you why this road is not the correct road. So let's put ourselves in the position of your average trader. Now once you've got from 10 to 11, let's just rub this off for now, you got from 10 to 11. Now when trying to get to the next figure, which might be, let's say 12, you're trying to make a good 20% increase on your account. Especially if you try and get to 15, that's a 50% increase on your account. Now you've got to think to yourself, how much risk are you opening your account up to? Because you can't get from 10 to 12 to 15 with no risk. Chances are, when trying to climb this ladder, you're going to be brought back down to your original capital, or worse, real quick. And when you do reach the original capital, there's only one thing that you guys are going to be thinking. What could I have done with this profit? I could have pressed the withdraw button, I could have had that money right now, but I didn't. Then what's going to happen is your psychology is going to try and chase this money right here. And unfortunately, when trying to make this chase, your account might see 8,000. Now don't get me wrong, you might get to 11, but then at days you might see 7. And your account is basically, in other terms, going like this. You do not trust yourself with the capital. You're hoping that if you get 4 or 5 or 6 trades in a row correct, then suddenly you're going to double your money. But you know it deep inside that if you really had 5 or 6 big losses, your account is going to be damaged, or worse, the whole thing could disappear. So now let me explain why this road is the correct road, because now many of you guys are probably thinking along the lines that I am. Once getting from 10 to 11, now if you make this withdrawal of 1,000, me and Sean have always said, our way of thinking is always go buy something with your first deposit, your first withdrawal, go out and buy something, but make it materialistic, make it something that you can have in front of you, that you can see every day. Now my personal story, I went and bought a computer with my first ever withdrawal, which I still have laying on the house somewhere. But I know that if I have a bad day, if I have a bad week, if I have a bad month, I can look at that computer like, I got that from within the Forex market, because over on this road, we've seen many students come into this office that have got from 10 to 30 to 40,000 blowing the whole thing. We've seen people get from 5,000 to 20,000 blowing the whole thing. And even myself and Sean personally, we've got from 2,000 all the way to 22,000. And I'd love to stand here in front of you and tell you that me and Sean pressed withdraw at 22,000. Of course we didn't. We tried to aim for the next figure like everybody else does. So this is not being a profitable trader by seeing digits in front of your screen. What makes you a profitable trader is being able to have money in which you can take out. So if you took out this 1,000 and you're back down to 10, you've only got one job, and that's to repeat. Whatever got you to this ball game, whatever got you from 10 to 11,000, you need to be able to repeat and repeat and repeat. And my way of teaching my students is, if you can do this for 6 months, then that's what makes you a consistent, profitable trader. So these are the two different roads, and hopefully I managed to put in perspective about one of the most volatile roads, which unfortunately is one of the reasons that 90% of people lose within the market. And the other road, which many people think it's a slow road, it's the road in which they're not, been told before to follow, but this is the road that will actually change your trading. I'll give you one more question. Imagine if you had a multi-million-pound investor staring at you, saying to you, okay, how much return on my capital can you give me? Imagine telling them, well, I can make you 200% one day, but I might be able to lose 80% the next. However, road number 2, you can say to them, right, I can make you 5, 10, 12% a month. I can do it consistently. Which road do you think he would choose? So the next part of this video right now, I'm going to go through the misconception of compounding your Forex account. Compounding. Many of you might have come across the term before, and if you haven't, compounding basically means thinking that you can make that 1 or 2% a day, every single day, till your small investment can become something out of this world. For example, if you sit there and you found a calculator that will compound your account, on for example like Excel on your computer, you could possibly have £1,000, make 2% a day. Now you're going to keep on making that 2%, not on that 1,000, but whatever it becomes after adding that 2% on. So for example, your 1,000 after a month will be X amount, but if you just keep on making that 2% a day, your 1,000 I think within 12 months will be like 1 point something million, because you're going to keep on making that 2%. And I've seen this when I first entered the market, I know Sean did as well, and I know this still exists even till today, and it's quite popular amongst a lot of traders. Complete wrong way of thinking. Why? Let's go back to road number 1 and road number 2. Road number 1, that's compounding your money. Now, if you've got 1,000 and let's say you get to that 4,000 or 5,000, you are not taking into consideration losing streaks. Doesn't matter what kind of trader you are, doesn't matter where you are, how good you are, you're going to come across a losing streak. And when you come across that losing streak, if you've not made any withdrawals, you're going to lose the whole thing. I've seen it happen time and time again. I'm talking from personal experience. You could spend 2-3 months building that percentage and working your ass off till you've got a nice capital, but then however a losing streak comes. And what took you that 3-4 months to earn, I promise you'll lose within 5 days. I know many of you, this story probably hit home because it's something which you guys have done before. That's why compounding your account is an awful idea of a way of thinking, looking at the market. And I'm going to explain right now Forex versus just 2 other realistic investments in this day and age, which will again hopefully put stuff in perspective. So let's say you've got the FX market here. Let's say number 2, you've got bank or banks. Number 3, you've got property. Now, these are 3 very, very popular investments in which people make. Obviously, these 2 are the more popular amongst the general public. Now, I'm going to be talking about yearly returns. So I'm going to leave Forex blank for now, because we're going to come back to this, but banks. Now, I know banks offer different types of returns on investments, but on average, yearly return on your capital is between 1.5% and 3% a year. Because I know many people forget that. Now on property, if you can make, I think it's roughly about 7% return on investment on your property, this is known as fantastic within the property market. Sometimes it might be 6.5 or whatever, and of course I'm talking about rent here. So again, property 7%, banks 1.5 to 3%. Now think to yourself, are you sitting at home thinking in your Forex account you're going to make 88% a month? Because if you are, compare it to banks, compare it to property. And again, just bring yourself down and think to yourself, if you can make, let's say between 7 and 3%, if you can make 5% a month, now compare that to if you were to put your money in a bank and if you were to put your money in property. Look how big this 5%, I've made this look just by comparing it to other investments. It's quite mind-blowing, and hopefully again that has helped you guys just put yourself on the right track of how to think about the Forex market. It's about pips, it's about percentages, and then it's about money. Be able to make that percentage compared to other investments and you do absolutely just fine. So now this video isn't to discourage anyone that wants to get involved within trading and the Forex market thinking that they need a massive capital to start, because that's not the way that we teach our students, and I don't want anyone thinking that when they leave this video. But it's all about where you start and where you actually turn it into a real investment. So any students that come in here, whether they're kind of working 9 to 5 or they're even multi-millionaires, we would never say leave the office and start trading a big account. You've got to start a demo account, you've got to start with a few hundred, then a few thousand, then a few tens of thousands. But they know about then putting a real investment in to then bring realistic returns. Let me break that down for you on the board right now. So let's just say you had an account with £5,000 in, which hopefully can be quite achievable for many people watching this video. Now, if you can make 10% a month, 10% is just, I'm using this as an example, and hopefully something which many of you guys watching this video can aim for. If you can make 10% a month, you are making £500 a month. Pretty good from a £5,000 account. Now don't get me wrong, there's going to be months where you're down, there's going to be months where you break even, there's going to be months where you can make 5 or 6%. But on average, if you can perform 10% a month, as you can see, £500. Now let's give you an example of if you had £20,000. Now this isn't about growing your account from 5,000 to 20,000. This is being able to do this consistently and then going, right, I can trust myself with the money. Say that again, trust myself. That's what it's about. So if you can have a £20,000 account, let's again talk 10%, you're making a £2,000 a month. £2,000 a month. That's an average salary here in the UK plus. Now, again, let's say you can go to the next level. Let's say you can have a £50,000 account. Now this takes a lot of experience. It might take a trader a few years to be able to have this kind of capital in which they can trust themselves with. But if you could get to that level, 10%, you are making £5,000 a month. Now here in the UK, the UK doctor is one of the most looked upon jobs for salary and for respect, and a lot of people compare themselves to a doctor. Now, what if I told you a UK specialist doctor will make around £50,000 a year? £50,000 a year. Now, if you can make this 5,000 times 12, you'll be making £60,000 a year. You can make more than a UK specialist doctor if suddenly you bring down your trading to realistic returns on your investment, and you actually look at trading as what it is, investing, not gambling. So hopefully guys you can see, trading is about being able to trust yourself with the money, being able to make regular withdrawals, and stop thinking that you're going to compound your account out of the sky. Because now if you take Astro FX for an example, as you guys know, we're quite popular and we have a lot of students which are doing really, really well. Now think, if we had ever said, right guys, you can start trading and you can have a £500 account and you can make a living off it, me and Sean will be booked up for the next 5, 6, 10 years. I'm sure you guys are aware of that. But that's something which me and Sean have never said. Me and Sean understand that it's an investment, and we tell all the traders that come into this office, it's going to take you a few months to a few years for you to be able to make that return on your capital. So guys, ignore what you see on social media. Stop thinking that you can start with $50 and grow it to 10,000. Stop letting people say that if you buy their signals, they're going to make you £2,000 a month. It's not like that. You want to keep to pips, percentages, and then money. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, guys, and hopefully this answered your question to what returns can I make within the Forex market, and this is definitely a secret which I don't want you to know.